Winning Lines! And here is your host, me! Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Winning Lines. It's me, floating once again. I'm Matt the Ref! I'm Matt the Ref! Well, we'll just call it there, shall we? We'll just call it there. Let's playing some winning wipeouts, yep. So, Matt the Ref, what do you have to say? Oh, thank you for that. Now back to winning lines, except we also have a message from Mai. Thank you for the 4-3 sub. Oh, also Kenda. Here we go. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for the 2-3 sub. And the Doots might not have much to do with it at the moment, but we are thinking about it. And if you are on the Discord, you'll notice that I've just posted in the announcements a questionnaire that also includes a question in there about how do you feel about Doots? Do you think you've got any ideas to improve them? So if you've got an idea of what to do with the Doots, then let me know in that questionnaire. So. Sort of plug, I know. Hope you're all doing well out there. I also have other subs to talk about first before we go anywhere else. Tipster with a 13th month resub. 13 months of dooting, that's almost as long as Kenny G. Thank you very much for the 13 month resub. Clive with a 25 month resub. I could buy a Gumball with that many months. Yeah, with a 25-cent coin, you probably could do. Where's the Bureau de Change? I don't know where the Bureau de Change is. Oh, actually, yeah, I do know where the nearest Bureau de Change is, but I'm not doing it. But thank you for the 25-month resub, Clive. That is just ridiculous, the amount of support. Connor, also 25-month resub at tier 2, no less. Where has the time gone? I have no idea, Connor. Honestly, the first Wonderwall stream, I can still remember it like it was almost yesterday. I know it wasn't, but it feels like it was almost yesterday. Thank you for the 25-month resub, Connor. That is crazy. 8-month resub from G Eisens with 8 times by Atbashters, trying to do the random zombie thing. 11-month resub from Colo. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the follow, Big Taft Man, and also Ginny Pond and JPB. You might not necessarily be watching right now, but I did notice what you had done on my stream. Well, not during my stream, but while I was offline. JPB gifting out 30 community sub gifts. 30 gifted subs from JPB. As far as I'm aware, it's not a Twitch glitch. It says that number. Also, obligatory the wheel. Thank you for the 7th month resub there, Dev. That is amazing as well. But yeah, I have the proof. I have the freaking proof. Let me find the link to the post. Link to the post there. I don't know if you can see it, but if you click that link, then you might be able to see it. But it's there. It's just JPB. That's ridiculously generous. I'm glad you're enjoying my content, even if it is as just VODs and you can't get into playing the games, or if you're just lurking. Whatever you are doing out there, JPB, thank you for enjoying my content. Thank you for all the generous subs you've just gifted there. That's just ludicrous. Honestly, ludicrous. So sweet. Just so amazing. You are all amazing community out there. And we are 20 followers away from 1,000. Which is also crazy to say as well. Only 20 followers away from the big 1K followers. Anyway, This is Winning Lines. I need to say hello to chat. I've not even done that. I've caught up with all the subs and things. I need to say hello to people in chat. Hello there, Oni, Mr. Quizworthing, G. Eisens, Procyon, Jogging Chum, Saphira, Score, Carquods Won't Quiz, Deduce, Pack Play, etc., Clazor, hello Claire, Proogs, hello there Proogs, Shapes, hello Shapes, Diamond Ninja, Top on Gaming, Matt the Ref, Theory of Game, Ali Lololor, hello there Ali Lololor, 8 Minky, J White, Maple Yamanote, Shadow Main, Inca, Adster, Jerry, I've already said those names, one of the other things on the list is still to use the other system that Ben did, so that I don't have to keep looking through chat like this. The Real Dev, hello, Diamond Ninja, Kenda Light, Zeusless, Farron, The Wheel was mentioned again, so I'll have to press that because it's been mentioned. And I am now, I think, caught up in Car, and Hi, and Kenda Light, I think I've already said her, and the Wheel, I don't have a reverse version of The Wheel. Yeah, I don't have a reverse version yet. I need to do that, though. Anyway, this is Winning Lines. It's a wonderful game where all you need to give me is a number as an answer to each question. And it should still have the system from last time where even if you get eliminated in round number 1, that you can continue to answer to get yourself some deuce. So, the very rounded ellipse. Yes, indeed. It's got a what's it called? An eccentricity of 0. Is that the right way for the eccentricity value? There's some special value that you can use to define from oval to circle, whatever the eccentricity should be. I think it's 0 for a circle, although with this possibly being not quite balanced correctly, it might actually have an eccentricity that's higher than 0. Anyway. This is Winning Lines. It's very simple. We've got lots of spaces in the lobby, but unfortunately only 49 spaces to play the main game from onwards. So if you don't get picked to be one of the players of the 49ers on the first round through, then you'll have a second chance because we'll be playing another game afterwards, maybe even 3 games in total tonight. But we do have a limit of 49 entrants for the main game. So let's go to the lobby. Let's press the magic button. And if you like to play Winning Lines, then let's get you a seat in the audience. Press the right button for the next round. It's OWQC. OWQC is the code you need to put in. And Shapes with a 6-month resub. That's crazy. Thank you very much for the 6-month sub there, Shapes. The bot is currently struggling. Just give it a moment. It will catch up eventually. It just takes a little while. It just gets stuck somewhere. There we go. It's catching up now. There we go. It caught up. Okay. Did that do the thing for the people that know about the thing? I am looking in Discord chat for those people that know about the thing. No is the answer. Does it not message? Did it not message the thing, score count? It did not message the thing. Well, that's irritating, isn't it? I'll have to try and look up why that is on the second pass round, but it should do the thing. Maybe because of that. I should receive some messages from that then. Hang on, let me have a quick look. Let me have a look through my log messages. Because I should have something. According to this. But I did test it with myself. Again, just a myself test. Just bear with. I wanted this to be slightly frictionless, but apparently it's a lot of friction. It's just not there for some reason. Huh. That's weird. That is rather weird. It should have done the thing for those people that know about the thing, and it didn't. So why didn't it? Oh, hello. Well, that'll do it. Hang on. What's this? What was that? Who said that? I'm looking at another window. Oh, we got 49! Maple Yamanote, thank you for saying that. Yes, we do indeed have 49, so we might actually start the game in a moment. I'm just looking at some log messages. Oh, hello. What's that? Cannot read property 0 of undefined. Ooh, well, that's a thing, isn't it? What's that? Let's have a look at line 101 of that thing. That is in back end for slash... Oh, the slash me is breaking now, isn't it? You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to just disconnect this for now. I know why it's failed the first time round. We'll get it. We'll get it to work on the second pass round. Or actually, it should work if I... No, because it'll disconnect. So it won't work now, but it'll work on the... It'll work on the second game, those that know what I'm talking about. I'll get it to update for that. So let me do a response send status 404, and we'll just submit that to the server. I know why it's doing that. It's trying to do something clever, and it doesn't know how to do the clever. So I'm going to remove code. That doesn't work yet. Commit, and we change the server, and we will deal with it later. Okay, sorry folks. Sorry about all that. I'm just talking in tongues. We have 49 in, so let's get this game underway. If you don't know how to play, don't worry. We will talk about the rules as we go on. But if you are all ready, then... Oh, great. We've got 50. So now it's going to be an RNG to see who gets dropped. Someone's going to get dropped. Another person's going to get dropped. Or someone's going to volunteer to drop. We're at 50 still. So someone's still going to drop. 51. So we're back to 51. So it's going to be 2 people going to drop. Who will drop on this first game? If you don't get in, then we'll get you in on the second game. Good luck, and let's play some winning lines. So we should have a full 49, which is crazy. Say my number in chat if you want to know what number you're at, if you're using one of those anonymous avatars or stuff, or if you just want to know what podium number you're at and you can't see the stream. But we do have a full 49, which is quite crazy in its own right. A full 49. So if you couldn't make it in, then you'll have to sort of stick around and play along. Maybe in future I can extend this to beyond 49, but it does sort of ruin how looking after number 1 works if I go beyond 49. Just thinking about that. Anyway, let's go through all this. This is the first round of winning lines called the 49ers. This is how to play. So in this round, we are looking for 6 qualifying players to go through to round number 2. Each question there is a numeric answer, which should just be an integer somewhere in the range of 0 to 10,000. After the question has been read, then a timer will start. You can answer at any point from when the question is revealed. Give me an answer either in stream chat, or you can whisper to QuizBot3000. Either will work, but only your first numeric answer will be accepted in this time window. If you decided to give me an answer, then we will light you blue in the next phase. If you answered correctly, we will light you blue. If you answered incorrectly, we will light you red. You do not want to be lit red, because if you give me a wrong answer, then you are eliminated from the game and you cannot get a chance to advance, unless, of course, everyone else gets knocked out, but that is very unlikely. So you do always want to try and give me a correct answer if you can. You do not have to answer each question, though. If you do not know the answer to your question, do not answer. Only answer if you're certain, and once we've gone through the people that answered correctly on a particular question, only the fastest person to give me a correct answer will actually advance through to round number 2. So, Matt, what's the catchphrase for everyone's benefit? What's the catchphrase for everyone's benefit? I'm sure you got it ready. There it is. If you're fast, then you'll last. And if you're gone, then... If you're wrong, then you're whatever the button is. That one, yeah. So if you're fast, then you last. If you're wrong, then you are no longer present. You do that. And if you're in, you win. Not quite. So, it's very simple. You don't have to answer each question, but you can only get through if you answer a question, it is correct, and you are the fastest to do so. So, good luck to the 49 of you, and let's play Winning Lines. Get it real, you're the wheel. If you're a tone, you're not gone. Doesn't quite work, a tone gone. That doesn't quite rhyme the same way as a half rhyme. Anyway, good luck to you all. Fingers on those numbers. Correct answer will get you 100 doots, and the fastest answer will get 1,000 doot extra bonus on top of that. And if you are eliminated, then you can continue to answer questions anyway to get yourself some doots. So good luck. Here comes your first question. How many red balloons was Nina talking about in a 1983 hit song? How many red balloons was Nina talking about in her 1983 hit song? Big screen quiz, you need to whisper to Quizbot 3000, not me. I can't accept your answers, I'm afraid, but Quizbot 3000 can. Okay, we'll light you pink if you played. We have 36 players answering this question. That's quite a good number out of the 49. Do have to be aware of those typos as well. So, the answer that we're looking for, I think if you say it in German, it's 99. In English, we would say it's 99. So, 99 is the answer we're looking for. 9 and 9. If you gave me 99, then we will light you blue. If you gave me anything else, I'm afraid we are going to light you red. So, 34 got it right, only 2 got it wrong. We got Saphira, who did typo, only gave me a 9. And Game Show Fan 6891, they gave an answer of 20. Those two numbers are wrong, so I'm afraid we have to say goodbye for now. But do remember, you can continue to answer questions coming up for some extra doots. Who is eligible to be picked? Surprise, surprise, it's every player that is blue at the moment. So, 34 players eligible to be picked. And of course, we did add in the extra reveal of third to first last time round. So, in that reverse order, in third place, with a time of 4.26 seconds. Very fast time indeed for third place. Shadowmane. Fast, but not fast enough, I'm afraid. Second place, time of 4.18 seconds. Again, very fast, but not the fastest. Congratulations to Derry Eris. Just not fast enough, though. Fastest player, though, out of the entire 49ers that answered with a time of 4.07 seconds was... Congratulations, Zeusless! You were the fastest out of all! No way, they say! Yes way, I say. You were indeed the fastest by 0.11 seconds. No, yes, 0.11 seconds. So about a tenth of a second you were fastest by. But very well played, Zeus. You are the first through to looking after number one. So you can just relax. You are guaranteed through to the second round. You can just relax now. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the winning line prediction, didn't I? I got sidetracked with other things. I forgot about the winning line prediction. Don't worry, we'll do that in the second game. So this winning line is going to be completely pointless. We're going to lose the 3, keep the 9, and the first digit in this winning line of no consequence is a 9. We will do that second game round. Okay. So ignore that. So 1 player is through, 2 players eliminated. So just relax. You don't have to answer any of these other questions. You are already through to round number 2. Okay, remaining players, fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 2. In what year did Richard Nixon resign as US President? In which year did Richard Nixon resign as US President? Now, those giving me partial answers, I'm afraid I can't accept them. You have to give me the full year. a shortened version like 83, for example, I don't know what year you really mean by that. I can't assume 1983 as your answer. So if you gave me a shortened version, something along those lines, I can't accept that as a correct answer. You will be marked as wrong, even if you are correct in the sort of century we're talking about. So sorry about that. I can't accept a partial answer as correct in that regard. You have to give me a full year in this game, unless it says otherwise, to give me what decade or in what part of this year or this century or something. So the full year is required if you gave it to me. And to those that give me a wrong answer, I'm sorry that I have to just say that up front. It can only accept the one correct number. Okay, let's reveal who played. Like your pink if you played. We got 12 players electing to go for this question. And the year that we were looking for here was 1974. 1974 is the correct answer that we were looking for. So if you gave me those 4 digits in that order, we'll light you blue. If you gave me anything else, then I am going to light you red. So to 2 players, it doesn't matter. So Ben's J, 1977, you were 3 years out. Car Quiz, Woke Quiz, you said 71, which is 3 years out, but also 1900 years out in the same way. Pack Player, you did give me 74, which kind of is right, but unfortunately you didn't give me the full year. So I'm afraid that is classed as a wrong answer here. So sorry to Awesome Pack Player in this case. You were half correct in a way, but I have to accept it as I have to classify it as a wrong answer because you've not given me the full year. So you're eliminated, but you will still be able to answer future questions for some dukes. 9 players that gave me the right answer though. Let's go in reverse order. Who were the fastest 3? In third place with a time of 4.64 seconds was... Sorry, I have to light you in that colour, sorry, to say that you are... I forgot about this sequence. I have to light you in gold to see if you are eligible to be picked. There you go. You are being eligible to advance. Okay, third fastest was... 8Menki with a time of 4.64 seconds. Pretty fast, but not the fastest. Second place with a time of 4.08 seconds, so quite significantly faster than Ape, but was not the fastest up here. 4.08 seconds was... Inca. Very fast, but not the fastest. So, we do have a Clive of Legend illuminated in gold here. And Clive is generally very speedy as it comes to these kind of games. Seems to have like a negative ping situation. Is Clive the fastest this time round? Well, I can reveal the correct time for this first player was 3.70 seconds. So 0.3 of a second faster still. No, even 0.4 of a second, actually, nearly that, ahead of Inca. With that time, with 3.7 seconds, sub 4 is... Yeah, it is Clive a Legend. How on earth did you get a sub 4 seconds on that question? That's unbelievable. There's all the time for all the people that locked in a correct answer for your consideration. Clive, fastest ping in the West. You get through to looking after number 1. Winning line we don't care about, but we'll go through the process. Lose the 0, keep the 3. Second digit and winning line is a 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players eliminated, 2 players advanced. If you are eliminated, you can continue to answer for some doots. We'll just remove you as a contended player for going through. That's all. Okay. Remaining players. We have 4 spaces left. Fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 3. What is the highest possible checkout score in darts? What is the highest possible checkout score in darts? Okay, we'll let you pink if you played. We have 26 players electing to answer here. So, we're looking at a checkout score. So this is the maximum you can score on the final 3 darts in order to end on a 0, which classifies as ending on a double or bull. That's the sort of classical rules of darts that most people know. So words are hard. So in order to do that, you have to give a treble 20, which is 60, another treble 20, which is another 60, and then finish on a bull, which you can do. So 60 plus 60 plus 50 totals to 170. That is the maximum that you can check out on in darts in traditional rules, where you have to still check out on a double or bull. So if you gave me 170 as an answer, then we'll light you blue. If you gave me anything else, then I'll light you red. 14 got it right. Of the 12 that got it wrong, we've got some 60s, thinking just treble 20 is a checkout dart on its own. 171, very interesting, thinking extra digit there, but no, that's not quite right. We also got Jack with 180. You can't check out on a treble, I'm afraid. Procyon with the 501. Darts can start on 301, 401, 501. That's why it's called X01 generally. 701 from MCD as well, similar kind of thing. You can start with X01. The checkout score is still going to be 170 under traditional rules. There may be variants out there that have a quadruple zone on the darts board, in which case the checkout will be different, but traditional, it only has a treble zone and a double zone, as well as the outer and inner bulls. So I'm afraid to 12 players, 2 you've already been eliminated, so the other 10 we have to say goodbye. And let's illuminate who is eligible. Surprisingly, it's all the people that were in blue there. 14 are eligible to advance here. Who was the fastest? So, in third place, with a time of 4.987 seconds, I think one of the biggest darts fans around here, Samster, you weren't the fastest. Samster was not the fastest, yet being quite the darts fan, I believe. There were 2 people faster than you. In second place with a time of 4.89 seconds. So it was pretty close. Pretty close. About a tenth of a second in it. Second place, Ali Lololo. Fast, but unfortunately not fast enough. You were beaten by a time of 4.72 seconds. So that is 0.1617, so nearly 0.2 of a second faster than you. Fastest time of 4.72 seconds was AB Me. You were the fastest out there. Very well played, AB Me. You advanced through to looking after number 1. If you got an answer sub 5 on that, I applaud you, because that's very fast answering. Okay, ABB, you are through to looking after number 1, so you can relax for a little bit. Lose the 4, keep the 5. Third digit in this winning line that we don't care about because I forgot about it is a 5. So we'll hide that away. Halfway through this round, we've got quite a few eliminations on that question. Not quite reading the question correctly. If you are eliminated, then you can still answer and get yourself some doots for a correct answer anyway, but you cannot advance through to the second round in an eliminated state. Okay. Everyone still in play. Fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 4. In which year did Seinfeld end? Straight up question. In which year did Seinfeld end? You can also answer if you are through, I believe. Okay. Let's light you pink if you played. 10 players chose to answer this question. However, there's only one person illuminated in actual bright pink. So there's only one person that is eligible to advance. The others are just answering for extra doots. So really, we're only looking at hodders to see what colour they change in a moment. Everyone else is, they're just going to get some extra doots here if they're right. So the answer that I'm looking for the year that Seinfeld ended was 1998. If you had the 8 on the end there, then you are correct. 1998 was the answer we're looking for. Yeah, eligible and illegible are very similar sounds, aren't they? So if you gave me 1998, I'm going to light you blue. If you didn't, then I'm going to light you red. So Clive and Ape did get it right, but they are not able to advance through. Everyone else that got it wrong, they can't do anything because they were already eliminated anyway or whatever. So, Hodders, you are in blue, so that means I can light you in gold because you are an eligible player. And let's just go through the sequence. In first place with a time of 11.107 seconds. Congratulations, Hodders. You are the fastest that could go through. For your consideration, I can also tell you that the other two players that did answer correctly there, 8 Minky answered at a time of 5.19 seconds, and Clive was the fastest again with 4.05 seconds. But Hodders, even though that was a slow lock-in time, you were the only person giving me a right answer, and you were the only person that even was possible to even go through with that situation. You weren't eliminated, you were illegible, you were the only one chancing it. Congratulations, you are through to looking after number 1. Lose the one, keep the 7. Winning line has a 7 in it now. Cool. They're all odd so far, which is a nice, interesting thing, and they're all different so far as well. Okay, 2 slots left to fill now. If you're ready, again, if you are eliminated, you can continue to answer to get yourself some extra doots. Yes, thank you, phone. Fingers on those numbers. Here is question number 5. If Adam Sandler doubled the amount of first dates he had in the 2004 film, how many dates did he go on? If Adam Sandler doubled the amount of first dates he had in the 2004 film, how many dates did he go on? Okay, I'll let you pick if you laid. We have 26 players electing to go for this question. So the Adam Sandler film that has first dates in the title is 50, so 50. But the question is asking to double that. So double 50, your answer should be 100. If you gave me 100, then I'm going to light you blue. If you did not, then I'm going to light you red. So we've got a couple of people going for the straight answer of 50. That is wrong, unfortunately. We've got 14 from Kenda. We've got an 80 from Car and G.I. Since thinking it's 40 first dates. Yeah, I could see that. Sophia thinking 20. And Jack Wilfred saying 5,000. Thinking that many dates. That's quite a few dates, Jack Wilfred. I don't think we had enough time in the film to be able to do that. So I'm afraid to you, 8 people, that is wrong. And we are going to knock you out just like that. And out of the 18, who is eligible? Who is E-L-L-I-G-I-B-L-E? That many. 10 players are eligible to advance from this question in gold. So, who was the fastest? Let's go in reverse order. Third place with a time of 5. It's all tight, actually. Third place with a time of 5.86 seconds. It's Topper One Gaming. Second place with a time of 5.59 seconds. We've heard this name before. It's Jerry Ellis. Fortunately, second place again, Jerry. Just couldn't get that first. First place. Beating Jerry by just 0.04 seconds, roughly speaking. Well, not even that. 0.03 seconds, actually, looking at the remainders. So, literal frames in it. Like 2 or 3 frames in total. With a time of 5.55 seconds. Is Oni! The Vibri Avatar, you are the fastest on that particular question with a time of 5.559. I can also say there was one person faster than you in the eliminated players, and that was 8 Minky with a pretty much a sub 5 seconds lock-in. I can tell you, 8, your lock-in time was 4.9959 seconds. You were pretty much in the under 5 seconds there, yeah. Damn it, darts. Well, that's all it could, yeah. One wrong answer, and you are, as we said earlier, Oni, you are through to looking after number 1. Lose the 2, keep the 1. Hey, that's the 5th odd number. That's different. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. I don't think we can carry this pattern on, though, because we needed the 6th number. So we're going to have to get a repeat somewhere unless we go into the evens. So we've got all the odds. Now we're going to have to go through the evens, or 0. Depends on your outlook on life or what you think that is. Or whether it's even a different concept. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. Come on, 11. It's going to hexadecimal mode. So, this is the last chance to get in. If you have not been eliminated, then you may as well give an answer to this, even if you're not certain of the right answer, because this might be your last chance to do so. Everyone else that has been eliminated, then you can answer this question for some extra doots. Good luck, fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 6. In what year did Christopher Eccleston's first episode of Doctor Who air? In what year did Christopher Eccleston's first episode of Doctor Who air? Okay, we will like your pink if you played. 34 players jumping in on this question. I can reveal we do have a correct answer from a player eligible to advance. So we'll end on this question. So, Christopher Eccleston, 9th Doctor, I want to say. So that would be the first Doctor of the new sort of run of Doctor Who, if memory serves. So we're looking at the very least in the 2000s here. Anything in 1900 or whatever below is wrong. So something in the 2000s. The answer that we're looking for, specifically, is 2005. 2005 is the answer we're looking for. If you gave me those 4 digits, you're going to be good, and you're going to light your blue. If you didn't, then I'm afraid we're going to light you red on this final question. Yeah, we've got some late 90s, which is a decent guess, and early 2000s again, decent guesses. 2009 a bit too late. My no clue went with the year of 69,420. That might possibly be the year of that particular episode in the episode itself. I don't really know, but wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. The answer we're looking for is 2005. Anything else, we have to say goodbye. Now, who is illegible? Who is ready and possible? Words are hard. I need a different word other than illegible. Who can get into looking after number 1? There you go. Just use the word can. 10 players are illuminated in gold and can advance. I can say Clive locked in with a time of 5.14 seconds and was 4th fastest out of all. So all these 3 players that I'm about to announce were faster than Clive. It's a rare case, but it has happened. And you're all sub 5 seconds as well in the top 3. So, 3rd place, with a time of 4.85 seconds, very respectable, but unfortunately not fast enough to get into looking after number 1 this time, is the Masters. Very good time, but unfortunately not fast enough. 2nd place, 4.81 seconds. Again, damn close. Unfortunately, not fast enough this time round. It's milk-like substance. Fastest of all, eliminated or otherwise, with a time of 4.53 seconds, is... Pony number 1, it is Adster! With a time of 4.538 seconds, as indicated there. There are all the 2 advanced players and their times that got right. Very well played, Adster. You are the final player through to looking after number 1. We lose the 0, keep the 1, and we actually end on 11 in a way, with an extra 1 on the end. And let's put it in the numerical order as always. 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And I've just remembered that there's the potential issue of we don't have anyone go for a winning line. Did I fix this code? I don't think I did. So I'm going to have to go into and breakpoint things to make certain we can baby it. Actually, no, I don't, because it will work anyway. It will work anyway when I advance the round. So it was going to throw the exception, but it should still be able to get through to the 2nd round anyway, because we did have this happen before, and it still worked. So I'm going to get the exception of things, but it says, I don't know who you are. So no one won, surprise, surprise, because the winning live predictions wasn't open. So congratulations to those 6 that advanced through. Everyone else, commiserations, you just have to sit tight and watch along for the rest of the game, and hopefully we can get through into a 2nd game in a moment. But for the time being, Let's move on to looking after number 1. And it worked. It still works. Good. So, welcome to our Super 6. Anster, number 1. Clive, number 3. Hodders, number 17. Oni, number 21. Zeusless, number 39. And AB Me, number 45. We do actually have a number 1 in looking after number 1. But we're not playing favourites. So, this is how round number 2 works, if you're not familiar. So, a bit like round number 1, except the possible answers that you're looking at are on screen right there. 1, 3, 17, 21, 39, 45. It'll always be one of those answers. First to answer on the buzzer will essentially buzz in on that question. If they are correct, and it is their own number that they're answering for, then they will keep themselves in the game. If they are... words are hard today, apparently. If they are answering, and they're answering someone else's number, and that is the correct answer, then they will eliminate that player that should have answered with their number. If a player answers with the wrong answer, be it someone else's number, their own number, another number entirely, but if it's the wrong answer to the question I'm asking, then they will knock themselves out. If no one answers the question within the time, then we will eliminate who should have answered to keep themselves in play. And we just keep doing this until only one person is left standing at the end. Words are definitely hard, especially that word, because illegible and illegible are so very similar in vowel sounds and mean very different things. Illegible. I definitely need a different word than illegible. Just if I'm saying it fast, it does sound similar, Prugs, but if I'm consciously changing the vowel sound, it is different. Eligible, illegible, eligible. It's eligible. Illegible. Words are hard. Anyway, we're moving on. Good luck to the Super 6, and let's play looking after number 1. Unintelligible. Yeah, words are very hard. Words are hard. Eligible. Eligible. Illegible. Eligible. There you go. There you go. Eligible. Not illegible. Eligible. And bingo, what's his name? Oh. Tune in to Ash the Bash, who struggles to say words in English for 1 hour. I can English again. Good luck. Reading words is hard. Anyway, fingers on those numbers, Super 6. I'm not stalling for time at all, no. Here comes your question. How many pre-decimal shillings were there in a guinea following its value being fixed in 1717, Hodders? You answered 21. The answer they were looking for was... It is 21. It is the correct answer. Only that was your number. Unfortunately, Vibri can no longer go on. We have to say goodbye, and you are in the dark. And then there were 5. 1, 3, 17, 39, and 45 are left in play. Hodders, actually don't need to say anything because we've eliminated that play. Remaining players, fingers on numbers. Here comes your next question. How many primary colours are there? Clive, you say 3. Can tell you that Hodders, Claire, Amy, Jogging Chum, Prugs all said 3. The answer we're looking for was indeed 3. You are safe. Anyone else that has answered there, you can say something else in public chat if you answered that way. I don't think anyone else did, so it's fine. Remaining players, fingers on numbers. Here comes your next question. How many 20-minute periods are there in a game of ice hockey? Hodders is first. Went with 3. Can also reveal Clive was second with 3. Then AB Me, then Jogging Chum. The answer we're looking for was... Back-to-back threes. It is a correct answer. Hodders, you have knocked out the giant. That is Clive. You were beaten on the buzzer there by Hodders. Clive, you are out, and you're in the dark. Clive is indeed just like that. 4 players left. 1, 17, 39, and 45 left in play. Fingers on numbers. Here's your question. If Independence Day was celebrated 3 days earlier, on which day would this now fall? Adster. You say 1. It is your own number. Is that the correct answer? It is the correct answer. Very well played. Say something else in chat if you need to, Adster, as you have just done to clear out any Twitch spam prevention. And if everyone is ready, fingers on those numbers. Here comes another question. If a pit stop during the Wonderwall lasted 3 times as long, how many seconds would you have to study the board? A.B. me. God, words are definitely hard today. You say 45. Well, pit stop during the Wonderwall is generally 15 seconds long. So if you triple that up, then you'll get yourself 45. That is correct. So you keep yourself in play. Say something else in chat if you need to. Sorry. Yeah, say something else in chat if you need to, AB me or Adster or anyone else. And if you're ready, fingers on numbers. Here's your next question. If Martha made 3 trays of cookies and each tray contained a baker's dozen, how many cookies did Martha bake? Zeus was in first and very rapid. Went with 39 on their own number. The answer we're looking for was indeed 39. Yep. Baker's dozen is traditionally 13. Times that by 3, you get yourself to 39. Zeus, you kept yourself in play. Clear out chat if you need to, which you have just done. And if you're all ready, we're still stuck on 4 players. Fingers on numbers. Here's your next question. How many steps are there in the title of John Buchan's famous novel? John Buchan's famous novel? Anyway, Hodders was first. Went with 39. The answer we're looking for was... It is 39. Hodders is correct. Zeusless, that was your number. Very well played up to that point. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye now. And you are in the dark. So we have Adster on 1, Hodders on 17, AB me on 45, and Hodders has been the one to eliminate all the players so far in this round. Remaining players, fingers on numbers. Here's your question. What was the numerical name of the Beatles compilation album that was released on 30th of November 2000? Adster believes it is 1. The answer is... It is 1. You keep yourself in play. Say something else if you need to. Remaining players' fingers on numbers. And your next question is... In mathematics, a number raised to the power of 0 is equal to what, Adster? You say 1. Anything to the power of 0 does indeed yield a 1. You are correct again, Adster. You keep yourself in play again. The math student gets the math question. Well, that's fair enough. So Adster, Hodders, and AVME is still in play. Fingers on numbers. Here's your next question. Humans typically have how many noses? Adster. You say 1. Is it going to be back to back to back to 1? Is it another 1? We really are looking after number 1 today. It is 1 again. Hopefully we're not going to get another number 1 question. Maybe we have other questions for 17 and 45. Anyway, fingers on those numbers. Here comes the next question. What's the only positive integer that is neither prime nor composite? Adster says 1. Oh my god, I think we might be stuck here in La La Land. Is the answer 1? It is 1. Unbelievable. 4 1s back to back. I do hope I have more questions on other numbers here. I hope we haven't run out of questions of those. I really hope we haven't, but I'm going to have a look in a moment. Remaining players think of the numbers. Here's your next question. What is the total of the numbers on a telephone keypad? Now, see, that's a different number. Hodders is first. Went with 45. So, I'm presuming on a telephone keypad you've got 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 0. They're sort of like triangle numbers, if memory serves. Is the answer 45? It is indeed 45. You are correct. AB Me, Hodders was just too fast for you. We have to say goodbye to you, but very well played up to that point. And AB Me, you're in the dark. So we are left with Adster, who is definitely looking after number 1, and Hodders, who's trying to eliminate everyone. Is Hodders going to eliminate number 1 to become number 1? Well, that's such a weird concept. Anyway, Adster, number 1, Hodders, number 17. Fingers on numbers. Here's your question. The term solo refers to how many performers? Adster, you say 1. Correct answer is... It is number 1, yes. We continue on. Fingers on numbers again, players. Adster, you need to say something else in chat, otherwise... otherwise you're going to be locked out. There we go. Fingers on numbers. Here's your next question. What number is 2 less than the number of dots on a die divided by 7? Hodders. Went with 1. Is the answer 1 that Adster did not pick up? I can actually reveal Adster did not answer. I can't see an answer at all. Had a complete blank. So here it is. If the answer is 1, Hodders is through. If the answer is not 1, then Adster is through. I should have some 17 questions MCD, but it might not be the case. The correct answer is... It is 1. That means we have to say goodbye to Adster, but very well played. Trying to keep 1 looking after number 1. But Hodders, we're actually looking after you, number 1, as in 17. Numbers are hard. Very well played, Hodders. You advance through to the Wonder Wall just like that. Suggestion: randomly pick one of the numbers in play and then pick a question for that number instead of randomly picking a question from the set of questions that satisfy the numbers in play. That's essentially what I tried to do, Procyon, but it also marks questions as used. So if it has actually used all the 17 questions, as in the questions for 17, then it can't do that. And it might be that I have to get it to recycle used questions in that case. Anyway, whatever the case, Hodders, you are through. And let's move over to the Wonder Wall. So here we are at the Wonder Wall for you, Hodders, where you could be earning anything up to 1 million doots. So I think you know how this all works, but for the benefit of anyone out there that doesn't know how the Wonder Wall works, you're going to see a wall of 49 answers, each with a number 1 through 49. I'm going to start off with 4 minutes on the clock, and you'll get to see a question, to which the answer will be up there on the wall somewhere. Just give me the number associated to the answer. If it is correct, we'll move you up the ladder, and 20 correct answers will get you 1 million doots. If you're wrong, then you get a strike, and 3 strikes mean you are out, / that thing. If you do not know the answer, then you can pass. You can pass twice in this round by saying the word pass. You do also have pits. There are 2 pits available to you in this game, and that just stops the clock for 15 seconds at a time. So you actually have 4.5 minutes in total in this game if you play your pits correctly. Once we get to 2 strikes or 30 seconds remaining on the clock, whichever happens first, then bailout becomes active. That is because to get the money, you either need to get to the million doots, or you must bail out of the game before 0 seconds or before you hit your 3 strikes. You do not get the prize money by just ending the game on whatever value you're on. We're playing sort of halfway house between the UK and US rules. So you have 4 minutes to get yourself 20 questions to get the top prize of 1 million doots, but anything lower than that, then you get yourself a fraction of that million doots. Good luck. This is only for Hodders at the moment. At some point I need to add in the ability to play as an audience member along, like we used to do in the old Wonder Wall game, but this is just for Hodders. So Hodders, good luck, and let's play Wonder Wall. Reveal those answers. So, read the Wonderwall, read it and understand it, and if you are ready, then let's play. The Honey Monster is the mascot of which breakfast cereal? Yes, Honey Monster Puffs is correct. On Blockbusters, how many hexagons are on the board during the Gold Rush? 20 is correct. What is cumulonimbus a type of? What is cumulonimbus a type of? Clown is correct. Which fruit flavors the liqueurs Cointreau and Grand Marnier? Orange is correct. A shallot is a type of what? Or shallot, however you want to say it. Shallot or shallot is a type of what? It is a type of onion, yes. In the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it was mentioned that the titular character is a nephew of what animated character which first appearance was in 1942 Disney film? You're going to pass it. Which 2009 comedy film directed by Armando Iannucci was a spin-off from his BBC 4 series The Thick of It? Answers up there somewhere. Can you find it? Yes, In the Loop is correct. Which Richard has his very own House of Games on BBC 2? 2.5 minutes left. Osman is correct. What was the first name of surrealist artist Dali? Salvador is correct. What bone in the human body is the technical term for the shoulder blade? In looking to the right. Is it there? Scapula is correct. Full name required. Which former member of Oasis founded the fashion label Pretty Green? About 2 minutes left, and you're nearly halfway there as well to the million. Liam Gallagher is correct. What was the name of the lunar module in which Neil Armstrong landed on the moon? Eagle is correct. What type of radioactive decay causes a high-energy electromagnetic wave to be emitted? Gamma is correct. The song Some Enchanted Evening comes from which musical? No, South Pacific was the answer. That's the first strike. Which country presented the US with the... Yes, it is France. Land's End, Penzance and Newquay are in which English county? Cornwall is correct. In which city can the headquarters of the United Nations be found? You're 6 away from the million. You still have 1 minute and 20. One pass and both those pits. New York is correct. Louis von Ahn and Severin Hacker founded which popular language learning platform? Duolingo is correct. 4 away, 1 minute now. What tasty treat consists of toasted You're at first pit. Here's the question. What tasty treat consists of toasted marshmallows sandwiched with chocolate between graham crackers? Like I say, you are 4 away from the million. About a minute left on the clock. 1 pass left. 1 strike and you are back in play. S'mores is correct. 3 away. Lewis Carroll graduated from Oxford University with a bachelor's in which subject? Gonna pass it. No more passes now. Which creatures are the central characters in the movie Happy Feet? Penguins is correct. Get the flails in chat. Who is the only American opponent in Punch-Out Wii? 2 away from the million and still 1 pit. 30 seconds left on the clock. Bailout is now active. No, the answer is Disco Kid. A percolator is used to make what beverage? 2 away from the million, still 1 pit. 20 seconds left. Coffee is correct. 1 away from the million. Which American president was only in power for 31 days? 10 seconds. You still have a pit. William Henry Harrison is correct, and that is a millionaire winner! Just like that. Let's go through those answers you did pass on, though. So the Who Framed Roger Rabbit question, Thumper was apparently the origin there, the nephew of Thumper. And Lewis Carroll graduated from Oxford University with a bachelor in mathematics, believe it or not. Well, now you do. Hodders, you are a millionaire here on Winning Lines. Can we have the winning queue? I don't have them on hand, Matt, so I'm afraid not right now. Very well played. And what was the prediction? Will Hodders bail with at least 10 answers? Majority said yes. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Majority said yes, and only 13,000 dudes said no. He did not bail. Well, he didn't technically bail with at least 10 answers, so it's kind of weird that it's not a... It's sort of a bail because it auto bails for you with a win. It's a weird edge case getting 1 million, that one, to be fair. I don't know how to deal with that, but someone's clicked the button to reveal it. Anyway, Dukes have been dealt... Duke coin have been dealt out anyway. Well played, Hodders. That is a well-deserved victory, and 1 million Dukes should now be whisked their way to you, just like that. Okay, so you've seen how it goes. You've seen someone win the full game. Now it's time for someone else to replicate it. So let me do the thing. I'm also going to look at the thing for the other people. Ooh. Well, that's a thing as well. What happened with that? Did I resubmit it? I thought I submitted it. Has it not rebuilt? What is the health of the thing? The health of the thing is... It should be there. Let me have a look. Yeah, that one there. Health. Success true. Cool. That sounds good to me. Sounds like it should work. Well, we'll find out if it doesn't work or not. We will start the game up again. Yes, Void. I know Void. I'm surprised actually no one's saying Void. I thought everyone was going to say Void, but apparently not. So see, there you go. There's a Void. I need a Void button. I have a Gone button, but I don't have a Void button. I need a Void button. I am here. Don't worry. I am here. Or legible. I think we just have that as a thing that I just can't say. Anyway, words are hard. We're going to move on. We're going to play the game again, which means we play the intro again. So if you're ready, here's the intro. It's your host, me. It's me again. Hello. So hopefully to the people that need to know about the thing, we're going to try and do the thing this time. Let me know if it does work in the chat that knows about the thing. And I'm also going to press the buttons that allow you to do the predictions for the other thing as well, so you can do your winning line tickets. So if everyone is ready, then let me press the button, and your room code is IXCB. IXCB, please enter that in, and we will hopefully see you join the game. And hopefully, people that are aware of the thing should hopefully work. I hope it does. Thing work! I got a thing work from someone. I got a thing work, and Scorekout messed it up. Cool. The people that know about the thing, it works. We'll see how well it works continuing on. Don't worry. You don't need to worry about the thing for now. But everyone else, I'll let you know what it is later. I need to enable the predictions for the winning line. So, if you'd like to spend some of your Duke coin now trying to predict a winning line, I have enabled that redemption. So, some people are already doing it. Connor has already done it. Just give me 6 digits as a message, and it will take that as your prediction for what you think the winning line shall be. Now, you saw in the first game there, as we were playing the first round, each person that advanced through, we just took the units, digits, off of their number and added that to the winning line. That is what we're talking about. In the original show, then that is used as a mechanism for picking who can phone in to be the contestants on next week's show. I think the US had a similar one where they had the 7-digit sequence rather than 6-digit sequence, but it was basically the same kind of mechanism where you have numbers produced on the winning line and you ring in to either be a competitor or you ring a prize line to get $50,000 or something. In this case, what we're doing is we're giving you the option to predict what you think the winning line will be at the cost of 50 Doot coin. And if you are the closest, then I will give you some Doots. If you are amongst those that got the best predictions. So we do it sort of by count. So if someone gives me a prediction that has all 6 numbers in, then they will get the prize. If no one got all 6, then we go down to 5, then we go down to 4, etc, 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 so on and so on. As you may guess, you can have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 somewhere in the sequence, but you can't necessarily have 6. So if you're giving me 6 of the same number, then that's not entirely possible. But certainly 5 of the same number is possible in some cases. Unlikely, but we have had unlikely happen nearly. We've nearly had all the 3s that were possible to advance get through, but unfortunately we got to 4. So it's unlikely, but we have nearly had it happen. So bear that in mind in your predictions. So duplicate digits can happen, and we've had quadruple digit of the same digit before, but not quintuple yet. That is yet to happen. It could still happen, but bear that in mind while making your predictions. I'll open this up for 1 more minute. Don't forget to join the game if you want to play. We do have spaces still for, I think, 4 more people if you would like to play. Of course, you could just lurk around if you want to do that as well. If you have messed up score, I think what you can do, if you've not already done so, is refresh your stream. Then when the question comes round in the actual game, you should be able to do the thing from the window then. Because you are through the game, I know who you are by your ID. So as long as you play by that ID again, then it should still work, in theory. So we can test that out as well if you joined in via the chat and you play for a different thing. Anyway, 30 seconds to get your predictions in and or join the game if you'd like to do that. Hello there, Theorio Game. Welcome to the game. That was totally my plan to test this. Absolutely. Last chance to get in and predict. And if you are one of the best predictors, then I get you some Doots. Now, question is, I always did the Doots by just a flat rate. Do we want to do the Doots based off of what the wheel says? Oh, I think we should. I think we should. So, what I'm going to say is, when we do the prediction, then whoever is listed as getting the best prediction, you'll get whatever the wheel says you get. But there is a back to 0 on the board. I say the board, it's a wheel. The wheel. That one. That button. I forgot which button it was. But there's also a 0 as well, so you don't get anything. If it's a 0, I'll just spin it again for you. Yeah, that's literally what it is, Blue Jay. I'm just trying to find an excuse to play the wheel jingle. So you get yourself some Doots based off of whatever the wheel says. I'm going to have to try and move the camera to work with this setup. Anyway, that's enough waffle. I now need to disable the buttons so you can't make any more winning line predictions. Thank you for all your predictions, though. They are closed off. And if you're all ready, because you're all definitely getting into this game, we have fewer than 49 join the lobby. If you're ready, let's play Winning Lines! There you all are. So, say my number if you want to know where you are in the game. Although you should be able to see yourself on screen anyway. We all know how this works now if you've watched the first game, but just in summary, question comes in, answer requires a number. If you're fast, then you will last. If you're wrong, then you are gone. But even if you are gone, then you can answer future questions for some Doots. Simple as that. Give me a correct answer. If you're the fastest, you go through. Give me a wrong answer, you're eliminated and you're gone, but you can continue to answer afterwards. You don't have to answer each question. That's a given as well in this particular game. And that is literally it. 6 players to advance through to looking after number 1. So if you're all ready, hopefully with the other people answering by the other thing, let's play Winning Lines. If you're ready, fingers on those numbers. Here comes your first question. What's the difference in the number of these films directed by Danny Boyle? Blank hours minus blank days later. What a heck of a question to start with. What is the difference in numbers of these 2 films directed by Danny Boyle? Blank hours minus blank days later. Okay. We will light you pink if you played. We have 14 players electing to go for this question. Now I'm trying to figure this one out. Is it 28 days later is the other part? I think it is. So if that's the case, are we looking at 120? I don't know, actually. I think that means we're looking at 127 hours. So I think if that is the case, 127 hours minus 28 days later should give me the answer of 99. Brooklyn Nine-Nine with a different thing. So the answer, I'm working backwards, you see. I don't know what the numbers are, but I do know that the answer is 99 according to my screen. It says here on my card, looking at my monitor. So 99 is what we're looking for. If you gave me 99, then we'll light you blue. If you gave me anything else, then we'll light you red. 8 Minky went with 97, Matt the Ref 41, Ben's J 20, Naked Grandma 4, and Colo went with 48. 5 players giving me a wrong answer. Does mean that you are out for the time being, but you can answer future questions for Dudes. And those are in blue. Let's proceed to make you in gold there. 9 players are correct and can advance through to looking after number 1. Let's go in reverse time order. So third fastest with a time of 9.28 seconds. We had a player, we did indeed have this player in looking after number 1 last time, but they were only third fastest this time. It's Oni Vibri with 9.28 seconds. Second fastest with a time of 8.42 seconds was Maple Yamanote. Fastest this time round, after parsing the question, was 7.76 seconds. And that fastest player was number 383, it is Shapes. Shapes, you were the first through to looking after number 1 with a time of 7.769 seconds. Can tell you, Ape, you were the fastest out of all to answer, but unfortunately your answer of 97 was wrong. You were locking in on 6.02 seconds, so you were ahead by nearly 1.8 seconds ahead of Shapes there. Okay, Shapes, you're the first through. Damn it, Dust. So, now the prediction. First digit in our winning line is a 5. So if you have a 5 anywhere in your winning line prediction, then you are 1 for 1. Of course, there's still 5 more digits to reveal. So, let's continue the game. 5 players have been eliminated, 1 player has advanced through. Even if you are eliminated or advanced, you can answer for extra Dudes. So, everyone, fingers on numbers. Here comes question number 2. How much money does each player start with in a traditional game of Monopoly? In a traditional game of Monopoly, how much money does each player start with? Right, well, like you blink if you played. Lots of players answering here. 37 answering. Well, I've just spoilt the reveal for the other part. 37 answered this question. And the answer we're looking for here was 1,500 Monopoly units. So if you gave me 1,500 Monopoly units, then we'll light you blue. Anything else, then I'm going to light you red. Big Screen Quiz with 200, AJ with 200, Sophia with 2,000. I'm afraid those 3 answers are wrong. That does mean you are gone. But you can continue to answer for some extra doots. Of those players that gave me a right answer, we have 30 that can advance through to looking after number 1. We have some very fast answering here. And I know why one of these is super fast, because of the way the other thing works. So the third fastest of those that can advance was with a time of 4.25 seconds, which is just ludicrously fast to start with. So third fastest with 4.25 seconds was Samster. Very fast, but not the fastest. Ahead of you by 0.07 seconds on a time of 4.18. We've heard this name before in multiple occasions in second place. It's Jerry again. You're just not quite fast enough again. So close. Fastest, though, out of all, with a time... Well, fastest of those that can advance through, with a time of pretty much on the nose 4 seconds, 4.005 on my end, was... Shadowmane! Shadow, you are through to looking after number 1. Ape, I do see your correct answer. And chat, how fast do you think Ape's answer was? How fast do you think Ape's answer was? It was on fire. 2.54 seconds. 2.54 seconds. That's pretty damn fast. Don't dance. But Shadowmane, you are the fastest out of those that could advance. That means you get through to looking after number 1. We lose the 0, keep the 2. And the second digit in our winning line that actually matters now is a 2. So if you have 5 and 2 somewhere in one of your winning lines, then you are 2 out of 2 out of 6. 2 out of 6. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just sort of looking at things and stuff. So 2 revealed for yet to reveal. Don't forget, you can continue to answer for doots even if you're eliminated or advanced through. So if you're all ready, fingers on numbers, here comes question number 3. In 1896, Henry J. Heinz introduced a marketing slogan advertising how many varieties of pickles? Introduced. In 1896, Henry J. Heinz introduced a marketing slogan advertising how many varieties of pickles? Yeah, it's supposed to be introduced, but I actually said introduced because that's what it says on the card. Right, well, let you pick if you played. We are now inducting a new word into our lexicon, introduced. We have 25 players answering this question. So basically, any time the word Heinz comes up, there's one number that should be on your mind. And it's the only number that should be on your mind. Of course, the answer is 57. If you gave the answer of 57, then I'm going to light you blue. Anything else, light you red. Jay Turner, unfortunately, you're 5 off. You went with 52. You're in the right ballpark, but unfortunately, that was the wrong answer. So, Jay Turner, we have to say goodbye. And those that answer correctly, who's up for advancing? 18 players are up for advancing here in gold. So, third fastest with a time of 4.46 seconds. It's a damn good time. Was Milk-like Substance. Very good, just not fast enough. Second place with a time of 4.43 seconds, so damn close there to Milk, but slightly faster, was Dogfish. Very good time, but not fast enough. The fastest of those that could advance actually got a sub 4 second time with 3.91 seconds. The fastest was Inca. Inca, you were the fastest there. Very well played. You are through to looking after number 1 with that time. Ape also locked in an answer and again was super fast, was actually sub 3 seconds once again. Inca, you are through to looking after number 1. We lose the 1 to keep the 8. And the third digit in our winning line is an 8. So if you have 5, 2, and 8 in your winning line, then you are half the way to a complete prediction. I don't know how well we're doing here. This is where I should have a new UI to actually show how people's predictions are going. We'll add that to the list of ideas. Anyway, halfway through. 3 players still to advance through to looking after number 1. If you're not eliminated, then you are up for advancing. But, of course, everyone that is up there in the 49ers can answer for Doots. All players, fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 4. What is the smallest integer whose name includes all 5 vowels? Ah, speaking of vowels. What is the smallest integer whose name includes all 5 vowels? Okay, we'll let you pink if you played. 2 players have chanced this question. So we have Abe Minky that has been eliminated previously, and Score Count who could advance if the answer is correct. So, the 5 vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Where does the A come into it? 1,000 maybe? Yeah, that sounds about right. So 1,000 and something. 1,000 also has O and U in it. And then the other vowels we've not got are I and E. So 5 maybe? 4 does not have I and E in. So what I'm looking at, I think, as the answer is 1005. What a very interesting question indeed. Thank you for the 100 bits, Shadowmane. So, the answer I'm looking for is 1005. 1001 does not have an I in it, even if you put the word and in there. Luckily, this works without the and system in it. So, 105 was that? Unless that's 105. See, that would... see, it falls down on that one if you did use the non-and system versus and system. Luckily, I could say that the 2 people that answered didn't give that answer anyway, so that's out of the question, so it's fine. The correct answer we're looking for was 1005, at least on my card. Did either player give me that? No, they did not. So, score count went with 101. Pretty close. Just missing an I somewhere in there from the looks of things. And Ape with 35,270, which I guess might have them all in. Sounds like it does, but it's not the first one. So I'm afraid those are both wrong, so we have to say goodbye to both. And that means no one is up for advancing on this particular question. So we have another 4th question. No one managed to get through that time. We will have another 4th question. So, everybody, fingers on those numbers. Here comes your second 4th question. Oh wait, we still have to do the ding. I forgot about that. We have to do the ding to reveal who is eligible eligible, who can advance. 0 can advance, so we reveal that. Good. We move on. Fingers on numbers. Here comes your second 4th question. On a dartboard, which number lies immediately between the numbers 10 and 2? On a dartboard, which number lies immediately between the numbers 10 and 2? Damn it, darts comes up again. Right, we will let you pick if you played. We've got 7 players answering this question. This is just straight up knowledge. You can't really work this out. You just either know it or you don't. It's not 24. That's not on the board as a general number. The answer that I am looking for, though, is 15. 1-5. So you gave me 15, then we'll light you blue. Anything else, we will light you red. So, Ape's 180, I'm afraid, is slightly out of range. And Shape's 13 is a good guess. Unfortunately, it's not right, but you are already through anyway, so you're not going to get eliminated for giving me a wrong answer there. So, let's reveal who can advance by pressing this button here. There we go. 4 players can advance. Those names are, in numerical order, we've got Jerry, Procyon, Mr. Quizworthing, and Samster. Those are the 4 people that can advance in their podium order. Can reveal, because we have 4 names, that I'm going to reveal 4th and up as well. So, 4th place with a time of 13.88 seconds was Procyon. 3rd place with a time of 10.10 seconds was Mr. Quizworthing. So, we are down to Samster and Jerry. Jerry, the perennial 2nd place, and Samster, who is waiting to get through on a darts question. Damn it. So, who has taken 2nd place? Who has taken 1st? I can reveal that 2nd place, with a time of 8.05 seconds, was... Jerry, it's another 2nd place for you. I can't believe it. Which means, Samster, you are through. Finally on a darts question with a time of 6.12 seconds. You were ahead of Jerry by nearly 2 seconds, so... Yeah, you know. You still got more chances, Jerry. You still have more chances. So, Samster, congratulations. You're through to looking after number 1. We'll lose the 4 and keep the 6. And the 4th digit in our winning line is a 6. And the crash zoom is indeed new, David, because we have a new reveal mechanism that I introduced last time we played, actually. So, actually, the crash zooms should have been part of that one. May have not seen that one. Either way, it's new if you've not seen it. 4 numbers in our winning line, 2 yet to reveal, and 2 players yet to advance. Again, you can answer even if you are eliminated or advanced through to get yourself some extra doots. So everyone can answer. Those that have not been eliminated and could advance through to looking after number 1, you might want to chance a guess on this next question, because this could be your penultimate chance to get through. Fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 5. In the film 101 Dalmatians, how many Dalmatians were not given birth to by Perdita? In the film 101 Dalmatians, how many of the Dalmatians were not given birth to by Perdita? There is a not in that question. Okay, we'll let you pick if you played. 15 decided to have a go here. I don't have any of the knowledge on my end to figure this one out, so I just have the number that I should be looking for. And apparently the answer I'm looking for is 86. 8 and 6. 86 was the answer I was looking for. So if you gave me 86, then I'm going to light you blue. If you gave me anything else, then I'm going to light you red. $13 got it wrong, giving me answers ranging all the way from 1 up to 99. And if we look at this, we have 2 players that we are going to illuminate in gold. We have in podium number order Car the 7th and Procyon. 1 locked in with a time of 13.02 seconds. And the other locked in on a time of 11.75 seconds. I'm not going to say who yet. I'm going to reveal that in about 10 seconds. So the difference in time was about 1.2 seconds. 1.25 seconds, something like that. You want out, Whiskers? All right, let you out. There you go. There we go. Whiskers has been let out. So, who is going to advance through? Well, we were going to reveal 2nd place first, and then by rights we will reveal who's in 1st. Oh my god, we're not doing the freaking Luigi board or the Pragenti version of it. Anyway, with a time of 13.02 seconds, 2nd place was Car the 7th. which means, by right, fastest to lock in was Procyon with a time of 11.75 seconds. Procyon is through to looking after number 1. We lose the 3, keep the 1, and the 5th digit in this winning line is a 1. So 52861 now in our winning line. If you have those 5 digits somewhere in your winning line, or any of the winning lines you've submitted, then you're in good position. We've got a 3 of 5 from our Stortle. That could still be a winner. Depends on how well everyone else has predicted. We've got a 4 of 5 on Adster's prediction, maybe. Well, we will reveal all once we have revealed the 6th. We still need to reveal one more player. We still have 1 space left, so if you have not been eliminated, this could be your golden opportunity. You may as well give me a guess, because this could be your last opportunity to get through. But of course, everyone can answer, eliminated or otherwise. So, everyone fingers on those numbers. Here is question number 6. If you took the number of players in a game of 1 versus 100 and added on the number of players in the game of winning lines and a game of Only Connect, how many players total would you have? Goodness me, that's a lot of numbers. Can you do the maths? The question barely fits in my box. We will let you pick if you played. We have 36 players entering this question. So, if you took the number of players in a game of 1 versus 100, well, presumably that'll be 101. You have 100 in the mob plus the 1, so 101 maybe. Add on to that the number of players in a game of winning lines, traditionally 49. So 101 plus 49 will get you 150. And then a game of Only Connect is normally 2 teams of 3, so that's another 6. That brings our grand total up to 156. That is the answer we're looking for after you add everything up. 156. If you gave me that, then we'll light your blue. If you didn't give me that, then I'm going to light your red. And we have answers ranging all the way from 1 up to 159. Damn close, but unfortunately not close. Oh, sorry, 161 from Shapes, should I say. Close, but not quite there. The answer we were looking for was 156. So, let's say goodbye to the Reds. Who is up for advancing? 10 are up for advancing through to looking after number 1. Good luck. I can reveal actually that that all the people that answered here that are up for advancing answered 10 seconds or slower. So it took a while for people to answer here, but I think there's a lot of question to read, so that's kind of fair. Okay, 3rd fastest with a time of 10.43 seconds was Milk Like Substance. 2nd fastest with a time of 10.40 seconds, so off by 0.03 of a second. It's Jack Wilfred. Fastest of all that could advance with a time of 10.23 seconds, so damn close, is Maple Yamanote. You have taken that last slot with a time of 10.239, or 2396 on my end. Jerry, I don't want to break the news to you, but your answer was correct. You would have been technically faster, although according to my system you were in on exactly the same frame, or exactly the same time, down to the 10,000th of a second as Maple Yamanote was. So on my system you were ahead, but only because of the order of the messages that came through. It would have been the same frame, but you would have been through on that time, Jerry. Hard luck. And if we're looking at all the times, you were second fastest, with Samson being fastest at 8.38. So you still get the second as well. Maple Yamanote, you take the last spot in looking after number 1, lose the 4, keep the 9. And the last digit in our winning line is a 9. Now, if we reorder that in numerical order, we are looking at 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9. They are all unique digits. There are no duplicates. Wow. So, what's the predictions? Do we think we've got anyone with a full prediction? Do we think we've got a 5? Maybe a 4? Random Zombie thinks a 4. Adster thinks a 4. So, of course, what we're looking at here is potentially the wheel, for whatever happens to the best predictions here. So, what were the best predictions, computer? Topper. You got it on the nose. You got a prediction of 6. So, Topper, this wheel spin is for you and you alone. Well then. You just rolled dice to tell me your numbers. Well, apparently you need to do that more often or play the lottery. So let me move the camera over a bit. I'm going to put the microphone over there. And I'm going to bring the wheel in a better position. Oh, hello. There we go. There we go. Hopefully you can... Oh no, now the ring light is sort of reflecting at a bad angle. I need to just angle it a bit so you can see it a bit better. There you go, you can see it. So, we have all these things from back to 0 up to the top prize of 100k. Did I balance it? I've still not done a proper balancing yet, but we'll see what happens when I do spin this wheel. So, are you ready, Topper? I hope you're ready. You've got 3,600 bits on the line here. Let's play the music. What will it land on? Will you go back to 0? Or will you get 100k? Let's find out. It's a small win, but it is a win nonetheless. 1,000 doots there for Topper. 1,000 is the win. There you are. You got yourself 1,000 doots for that, and you're up to 4,641 doots. Cool. Well, it's a thing. It's a win. You take the wins, even if it's a low win. You take the wins. The wheel is stingy tonight, apparently so. We may still do it one more time, depending on how I feel. Okie dokie. So, let's move on to the second part of the game. Well played to the 6 advancing there, which is Shadowmane, Inca, Procyon, Shapes, Samster, and Maple Yamanote. Commiserations to everyone else that did not get through there, but we'll give you one more final chance in game number 3. Super 6, let's move over to round number 2, looking after number 1. I think all 6 of you know how this works, but for the benefit of anyone out there watching along that does not know, it's pretty simple. The answers are going to be 2, 18, 31, 35, 46, or 49. One of those 6 answers you see in front of you. First, to give me an answer, we'll buzz in. If you buzz in with the correct answer and it is your own number, you keep yourself in play. If you buzz in with the correct answer and it is someone else's number, then you'll knock the other person out. If you buzz in with the wrong answer, regardless of if it's your number, someone else's number, or another number entirely, then you will knock yourself out. If no one buzzes in on the question and we time out, then we eliminate who should have answered to keep themselves in play. And we keep doing this until one player remains. 2, 18, 31, 35, 46, and 49 is what we're looking at for our 6 numbers so far. If you are all ready, then let's play looking after number 1. I need to bring the lottery back again as well. I know we've got the wheel, but I do need to do lottery again sometime so that people can make big wins on Doots. Fingers on numbers, Super 6. Here's your question. Hang on, let me focus the right window first so I can see the question ahead of time. If you're ready, fingers on numbers, here's your question. A regulation golf course consists of how many holes? Procyon. You say 18. Answer we're looking for is Indeed, 18 with the sort of the quote-unquote 19th hole being the sort of drinking bar establishment at the end. Inca, unfortunately, you were not fast enough, and we already have to say goodbye. And you're in the dark. 5 players remain. Fingers on numbers. Here comes your next question. The Wonderwall has how many different answers? Shapes. You say 35. That is your own number. The answer we're looking for is 49. As pretty much everything in this game, everything revolves around 49. So Shapes, it's a wrong answer. You've kept Maple Yamanote in the game and you've knocked yourself out. We have to say goodbye. And then there were 4. 2, 31, 46 and 49 left in play. Fingers on numbers. Here's your next question. How many flavours are in Baskin Robbins' slogan? Samster. You say 31. The answer we're looking for is... It is 31, and once you see it in the logo, you'll never unsee it. Samster, very well played. Procyon, that was your number. Samster got ahead of you, and we have to say goodbye, Procyon. You're in the dark. And then there were 3. Shadowmane all alone on there on the lower end with 2. Samster and Maple Yamanote taking the upper limit there with 46 and 49. Remaining players, fingers on numbers. Here's your question. How many parties received 40% or more of the vote in the 2017 UK general election? Samster went with 2. Well, I think if the answer was 46 or 49, that we would have quite an interesting party system in the UK. The correct answer we're looking for was... Indeed, 2. Yes. Shadowmane, unfortunately, you were beaten to the punch there by Samster, but very well played. We have to say goodbye to you, and you're in the dark. Which means we are left with 2 pretty close numbers here. 46 and 49 left in play. It's either going to be Samster or Maple Yamanote to go through to looking after number 1. Now this is a fun setup for the head-to-head. To you two, fingers on numbers. Here comes your question. If David Hilbert published twice as many problems in mathematics as he did in 1900, how many would there be? 5 seconds. Samster's buzzing in. Went with 46. Now, the logical thing here is that we're asking to double the original answer, so I think we're going to be looking for an even answer anyway, unless for some reason he had a half as part of his number of problems. The answer we're looking for was indeed 46. You keep yourself in play. Very well played. Say something else in chat if you need to. Fingers on numbers between you, Samster, and Maple Yamanote. Here's your question. What is 23 multiplied by 2? Maple Yamanote went with 46. I can also see that Samster actually went with 2 separate answers of 4 and 6. So luckily, Samster's answer wasn't accepted. Is the answer 46? Well, I think we were talking about doubling earlier. Were we talking about 23 problems earlier? Potentially we are. Is the correct answer 46? It is indeed! Maple Yamanote, you are correct. Samster, that was your number. We have to say goodbye, which means... Maple Yamanote, you are through to the Wonderwall. Very well played. Samster was trying to do the pre-typed 4 and then putting a 6 or 9 on the end, but unfortunately didn't work out. Got 23 problems, but multiplication 8-1, says Doggy Chum. Very well played with that. Maple Yamanote, you are through to the Wonderwall, where you could be winning up to 1 million doots. Oh, are you ready? Let's move over there. Right, here we are. Maple Yamanote might be a new name to people. It's not a new person, though. May have known them previously as Awesome Quintuple 9 or Line Piece, potentially. But welcome, Maple Yamanote. You are in the hot seat for the Wonderwall. I think you know how this works, but for everyone else's benefit, 49 answers on the board, 1 through 49 they are numbered. Give me a correct answer, you go up the money ladder. 20 correct answers in 4 minutes gets you 1 million doots. Give me a wrong answer, then you get a strike, 3 strikes, and of course you are gone. You can pass up to twice in this game. You also have a pit that you can use up to twice in this game. That stops the clock for 15 seconds each time. So really you have 4.5 minutes on the clock in this game if you look at it in that way. Once we've hit 2 strikes or 30 seconds left in the game, then bailout becomes active because you must bail with whatever you currently have in the bank to earn it, unless of course you get to the million, in which case it sort of auto bails for you and takes the million for itself. 4 minutes, 20 correct answers gets you 1 million doots. If you are ready, Maple Yamanote, then let's play Wonderwall! Reveal the answers. Here is your Wonderwall of 49 answers. Just 20 of those correct will get you 1 million doots. If you are ready, here comes your first question. Who was known as the Queen of Disco and performed the 1979 song Hot Stuff? I'm gonna pass it. What's the name of the talking snowman in Disney's Frozen? Or snowman, maybe, if you want to say it like that. Olaf is correct. Sanjeev Bhaskar hosts which 2019 ITV quiz show? I'm going to pass that. No more passes left now. Who originated the idea of Atlantis? Who originated the idea? Some difficult questions coming up. No, the answer was Plato. In the revival series of Doctor Who played the companion of Martha Jones? Freema is correct. The Taliban is a military organization. Which country? Afghanistan is correct. What am I doing if I go from the downward facing dog pose to the eagle pose? Yoga is correct. The major arcana card for death has which number? Remember to give me the number associated to the answer, not the answer itself. Unless, of course, they are exactly the same. No, the answer we're looking for is 13 on number 43. Bailout is now active. To which author is the quote, "I have nothing to declare but by genius," attributed? Or attributed? 2 minutes left. You can't give me a wrong answer, otherwise you are out. But you can pit. Here's that question again. To which author is the quote, "I have nothing to declare but my genius," attributed? Currently on 4 correct answers, that's 10,000 doots. You can bail if you're not certain, but you still have 1 minute 53 left, and we are back in play. And you have another pit as well. You are going to bail. Fair enough. Let's find out what was the answer to that question. Twitch chat, let me know. Oscar Wilde was the answer to that question that you bailed on. And the other two, who was known as the Queen of Disco? That was Donna Summer. And Sanjeev Bhaskar hosted The Switch. I think a very forgettable game show from the sounds of things. But very well played. That was a very difficult wall in my sort of opinion. Some of those questions and answers were just sort of way out of left field. You did well. You get yourself 10,000 dupes. 10,000 is still a good value to take as well. So, very well played, Maple Yamanote. You take that 10,000 dupes away with you. And we have one more game to play this evening. We're going to do a very quick game of the whole thing. The Void returns. The Void returns. We press the play button once more. And for the final time this evening, let's do the intro again. Winning lines, is it? Am I your host? Am I eligible to be your host? I don't know, but let's open up the lobby. MCEU, if you'd like to get into this final lobby, and I've also enabled the winning lines redemptions. We're going to play this one pretty quick. Just going to keep this lobby open for about 2 minutes. Get your predictions in. Get yourself in the lobby if you'd like to play, and we will just jump straight through the questions with as little preamble as we can. So get yourself in. Hopefully score count, did you get in through the thing, or did you get in for a different thing? Just let me know either way. You got in through the thing. Good. We've got 44 in at the moment. From the looks of things, someone has left their seat. And we'll keep everything open for 1 more minute. We are up to 45 now. 4 more slots to make it a full 49 if you want to join. I see that's currently 74 viewers. If you do want to join, then by all means enter in the room code MCEU. And you could be earning some doots. I mean, if you want to continue testing the thing, Ape, then by all means. Yeah, I saw that message, Ben. So yeah, if you want to continue with the thing, then do continue with the thing. We'll just see how well it goes. Okay. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and then we'll close things off. And yes, as Matt's message is sort of disappearing in chat there, there'll be a watch along of some bank balance after my stream finishes. So I'm going to keep this snappy. 10 seconds to get your tickets in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing redemptions. Good luck. Let's get you into the game and let's play Winning Lines. There you all are, you lovely people. You can say my number in chat if you need to figure out where you are. Quickly go over the rules. There's going to be a question. The answer is going to be a number somewhere in the range of 0 to 10,000. If you answer, then you best be fast, because then you will last and move through to looking after number 1. If you give me a wrong answer, then you will be gone. Like that thing. But you can always continue to answer for extra doots even if you are eliminated. We need to find 6 qualifying players to get through to looking after number 1. So we have at least 6 questions to get through. Maybe more. Depends on how people answer. Pretty much that's how it goes. If you're fast, you're last. If you're wrong, you're gone. Simple as. And you don't have to answer each question. You can abstain if you're not certain on an answer. However, when we get to question number 6, you might as well give a guess, because it could be your last chance to get through. Good luck, and let's play Winning Lines. Fastest rule explanation ever. Probably could be even faster. Anyway, fingers on those numbers, people. Here comes question number 1. If Doc Brown needed to get to his DeLorean to go twice as fast to time travel, what speed in miles per hour would he need to reach? If Doc Brown needed to get his DeLorean to go twice as fast to time travel, what speed in miles per hour would he need to reach? Okay, we'll let you pick if you played. We have 27 answering here, so the magic number that is in the films is 88 miles per hour. So if you double that, then we're looking at 176 miles per hour. If you gave me 176, we'll let you blue. Anything else, we will let you red. And for the first time this evening, everyone that answered gave me a correct answer. That is what we like to see, a sea of blue, which we're now going to turn to gold. A sea of gold, which you don't see on the TV show. So we're looking at some fast answers here. The third fastest time with 5.14 seconds was Inca. The second fastest time with a time of 5.07 seconds We've seen this certain individual in second place on many an occasion, and they return again. Jerry, second fastest. And the fastest, with a time of 4.46 seconds, was 8 Mickey. You were the fastest this time round. Damn it, Darts, you got through this time. What a time as well, sub 5 seconds. So, winning line, we lose the 0, keep the 6. First digit in this winning line is a 6. Okay, one player through, no one eliminated. That's what I'd like to see, no one in red presently. But of course, everyone can answer on every question anyway. So, fingers on numbers, here comes question number 2. How many inches are there in a yard? How many inches are there in a yard? How well do you know your imperial measures? We'll like you pink if you played. We have 25 answering this question. So, let's break it down. A yard is 3 feet. There are 12 inches to a foot. Do the maths. 12 times 3 equals 36. If you gave me 36, we'll light you blue. Anything else, we will light you red. Unfortunately, 12, 12, 35 and 35 are wrong answers. I don't think I can ignore that answer, Egg. It is come up as a wrong response, so I have to accept what you've given, but I have to say that it is a wrong answer. So, Shadowmane, Inca, Egg Fried Cheese, Theory of Game, we have to say goodbye. But you can still answer for extra dukes on future questions. Let's light those that are able to advance to round number 2. In gold, there you are. 20 players are able to advance. Oh, we got some fast times here. Third fastest, time of 4.30 seconds. It's Blue Jay Fox. Pretty fast, but not fastest. Second fastest with a time of 4.15 seconds. It's Opponent Nuevo. Again, pretty fast, but not the fastest. Fastest time with 3.8 seconds. Yes, it is sub 4 seconds. Fastest in the West Ping, it is Clive of a Legend. Very well played, Clive. You get yourself through to looking after number 1 once again. And we lose the 0, keep the 4. Second digit in our winning line is a 4. 6 and 4 now in our winning line. Speedy, speedy, zoom, zoom, indeed. 4 players have been eliminated and there are 4 spaces left to take up now in looking after number 1. Everyone get ready, fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 3. On Roy Walker's version of catchphrase, how many squares cover the bonus catchphrase? On Roy Walker's version of catchphrase, how many squares covered the bonus catchphrase? Oh. I think some people are not getting the right terminology here, but I'm going to reveal all. We'll let you pick if you played. 30 players have answered this question. So, there is a thing called a bonus catchphrase. There is also a thing called a super catchphrase that might be ringing a bell now for various people. The super catchphrase is the one that has those letters on from A through to Y. If you do the math on that, that's 25. But that's the super catchphrase. The bonus catchphrase is a 3x3 grid, so we're only looking for the number 9. So if you gave me 9, you are going to be blue. In this case. If you gave me anything else, then I am going to be lighting you red and you will be eliminated. And yeah, the majority answer that went wrong here were all 25s. There was a 16 with someone went with a 4x4, and that's all they wrote. At least you all gave me square numbers at the very least. But 25s and 16s are all wrong answers. So we have to say goodbye to those. And can I pretend the 9 is a Q? Yes, I suppose you could maybe score count. Spoilers. Let's light those that are currently in blue in gold because you're all able to advance through here, depending on how fast you were. So third fastest with a time of 4.78 seconds was Car the 7th. Fast, but not fast enough. Second fastest with a time of 4.01 seconds was Royal Flush, I believe, playing by The Thing. And first fastest, the fastest, with a time of sub 4 seconds, 3.85 seconds here, was... They're back again, it's Zeusless! You were fastest this time round! Very well played, you are through to looking after number 1 once again. So we lose that 4 and keep the 0 in this case. And the third digit in winning line is a 0. We're going all even this time round. Can we get an all even winning line versus our all odd one last time round, or the other time round? We'll find out. Halfway through the round, that was a bit of a massacre, that question, because of the difference between bonus and super catchphrase. But of course, even if you're eliminated, you can continue to answer for Doots. So get ready everyone, fingers on numbers. Here comes question number 4. What would you get if you add the Roman numerals MIX to CDI? What would you get if you add the Roman numerals of MIX to CDI? Difficult question, this. We'll light your pink if you played. We have 10 players that elected to answer here. So if we do the maths on this one, MIX would give you the number 1009, I believe. CDI would give you the answer of 401. Because you're C away from D, so that's 100 away from 500, and the I is 1. So 1009 plus 401. If you do the maths on that, you get 1410. If you gave me 14110, we will light you blue. Anything else, we will light you red. 3 players getting it right, only 2 that can advance in this situation because Clive has already taken the place. We got some answers of 0 from 8 Minky, 1160, 1160, 1160, 1669, 1510, 1610. All wrong answers that we have to say goodbye to. And let's light up Lugaroo and Car in gold, in podium order there. One of you was the fastest and will advance through to looking after number 1. But let's reveal second place. Second place with a time of 17.16 seconds was Car. But Car, it was close in the end. First fastest, Lugaroo was indeed. The time was 15.42. It was pretty close in the end. Pretty much at the last beck and call of the question. If you had answered any later than those particular times, it probably would not have accepted it at all. You were just at the edge of that timer. And if you hadn't answered in the time, then we would have gone for another question. But Lugaroo, you take that position. We lose the 4 and keep the 1. And to our winning line, we add a 1. So now 6401 in our winning line. 2 more places to find. Get ready, everyone. Fingers on those numbers. This is question number 5. What do you get if you multiply 6 by itself? What do you get if you multiply 6 by itself? We have a raid! Quizzy Down Raiders! Hello there, Quizzy Raiders. How are we all doing out there? Goodness me. Hope you're good, Quizzy Dan. The raid message is we have no raid message. Release the tigers. We have no raid message, but welcome one and all. You're currently watching the back end of our final game of Winning Lines. I hope you had some fun over Quizzy Dan's stream. Hope you're just going to have some fun watching along with this final game here. We are about to reveal the answer to this very simple question. What do you get if you multiply 6 by itself? So we're answering 6 squared. The answer, of course, is 36. We will light you blue if you gave me 36. Otherwise, we will light you red. Well, actually, we need to reveal who answered first. 34 answered this question. And now we can reveal blue and red. I'm forgetting the sequence. Car! Yeah, typoed! You gave me the answer of just 3. That means that is a wrong answer. We have to say goodbye to you on that answer. Now, who is up for advancing? we have 20 players up for advancing that we light in gold here. Third fastest, with a time of 4.35 seconds, was Apodo Nuevo. Second fastest, with a time of 4.28 seconds, was Lupine 1. And the fastest time, sub 4 seconds, with a time of 3.96 seconds, is AB Me! You are through to looking after number 1. Very well played, AB Me. You are through with a sub 4 second time. In fact, you were the fastest of all that answered on that question. We lose the 1 to keep the 0, and our 5th digit is a second 0. 64010 in our winning line. 1 more place to fill, 1 more winning line number to get. So, if you've not been eliminated yet, this could be your last chance to get through, so maybe give me a guess, even if you're not certain what the answer might be. This could be your last chance to get through. So, everyone, get ready, because you could be earning dukes anyway. Fingers on those numbers. Here comes question number 6. The infamous Broadway flop Anyone Can Whistle closed its initial run after a paltry 12 previews and how many performances? Maybe you don't go for this one. Or if you really know the answer, maybe you do. Very interesting question at this deciding point. We'll light you pink if you played. 26 decided to go for the question. Just punting numbers. The answer that we're looking for here is 9. If you gave me 9, we will let you blue. If you didn't, then we'll let you red. It's a wave of red. No one got it right. So if you didn't go for that question, then you may be gifted a really good chance now. No one gave me a right answer, which generally means if I press this for the ding, no one can advance on that there. And look at all of the red now. So, as it stands, if you are not red or blue, then you are up for a chance to take the final slot in looking after number 1. There's not many players left that have not been illuminated in the colour here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players left, I think, that could advance here. The 3 AI do not answer in this game, Shadowmane, so only 7 human players can potentially advance on this question. But of course, you can all answer to get some dukes here. Fingers on those numbers. Here comes your second, 6th question. If the US threw Alabama and Oklahoma out of the Union, how many seats would be left in the US Senate? A correct answer has come through from the remaining players. So we are ending here. We'll light your pick if you played. 34 decided to go for this. And only 3 that could advance here. So if the US threw Alabama and Oklahoma out of the Union, then the number of seats left in the US Senate would be 96. Presumably there are 2 seats in the Senate per state. 50 states, you take 2 out, it'd be 48 states times 2 becomes 96. So if you gave me 96, we will light you blue. If you did not give me 96, we will light you red. 18 got it right, 16 got it wrong. Let's get rid of the wrongs. And let's light up who can advance. 3 players can advance on this question. In podium order, we have, I believe, Milk Like Substance. We have Mighty Raider, and we have Apodo Nuevo. Apodo believes they are surely last. Well, we will find out. In reverse order, the third fastest with a time of 9.70 seconds was my trader. So Apodo, you were at least second fastest. And I can reveal that second fastest was Apodo Nuevo, which means Milk, you were the fastest player with a time of 6.12 seconds. You are through to looking after number one, Milk. Like, very well played. Ahead by 3 and a bit seconds. Milk has finally got it. We lose the 1, keep the 7, and the last digit in this winning line is a 7. Put it in numerical order. We have 001467. So, let me change camera. We do this again. We have this thing called a wheel over here. Yes, this thing called a wheel. Because we are going to find out who made the best prediction here, and then we're also going to spin the wheel to see what they have won. So, who gave me the best prediction? Oh my goodness, there's a lot. 4 was the best match, and we've got a lot of names up for contention here. So there could be a lot of dukes being doled, or maybe a lot of zeros getting doled here. So, Connor, Apodo, Shadowmane, Random Zombie, Zeuslas, Top 1 Gaming, Running Kitten, Jogging Chum, Lupine, and Car. You are all up for contention here for getting some dukes based off of the wheel. So, yeah, this one spin is for whatever each of them gets. I'm not going to spin them all. I'm not going to spin one each. I'm going to do one spin, and whatever that is, they all get the same thing. So, if you are all ready, players, let's lose the mic. Like that. And let's spin the wheel. We don't want to see this. We don't want to see this. What's it going to be? It's another paltry 1k. Apparently we're landing on 1k every time this evening. So, I mean, it's a win. It's still a win. Add doots. So, Connor, you get yourself 1,000 doots. Well played, Connor. Add doots to Apodo. You get yourself 1,000 doots. Add doots. Shadowmane. Shadowmane, I can't type. You get yourself 1,000 doots. Random Zombie, you get yourself 1,000 doots. Zeuslas, you get yourself 1,000 doots. Top 1 Gaming, you get yourself some more doots. There's another 1,000. Running Kitten, you get yourself 1,000 doots. Jogging Chum, you get yourself 1,000 doots. Well played. The Lupine 1, you get yourself 1,000 doots. And finally, Car, you get yourself 1,000 doots. There we are. They have all been paid out. Well played on getting the best prediction. 4 of 6. You get yourself some wonderful doots for that. Let's move the camera back over a bit so I'm more front and center. Let's change the camera back to this. So, Clive, Ape, ABMe, Milk, Zeuslas, and Lugaroo. Congratulations, you are through to looking after number 1. Commiserations to everyone else who did not get through. This was the last chance this evening, but I hope you had fun. To you, Super 6, though, let's move on to looking after number 1. And again, I think you all know how this works. You've all seen some previous games, but for anyone out there that has just joined in and does not know, this is looking after number 1. First to buzz in with an answer. First to give me an answer will buzz in. If it is correct and it is their own number, then they'll keep themselves in play. If they buzz in and give me a correct answer and it's someone else's number, they knock that other person out. If they buzz in with a wrong answer, regardless of if it's their number, someone else's number, or another number entirely, then they will eliminate themselves from the game. And if no one answers the question, then we will eliminate who should have answered. By the way, all the answers to these questions will be one of those 6 numbers you see in front of you: 4, 6, 10, 17, 40, or 41. So we keep doing that until we have one player left standing, who will then move on to the Wonderwall. Good luck. Let's play looking after number 1. If you're ready, Super 6, fingers on those wonderful numbers. And here comes your question. How many sides does a hexagon have? 8 was first. Went with 6. Is hexagon the best gon with 6-sideagon? It is indeed Bestagon with 6-Sidagon. If you need to say something else in chat to clear it, do so. Reigning players, fingers on those numbers. Here comes your next question. If you score a turkey in bowling and then bowl another strike for good measure, how many strikes in a row is that, Clive? You say 4. A turkey is 3 strikes in a row. If you add another one to that, it would be a 4-bagger, also known as 4 strikes in a row. Very well played. You keep yourself in play. Lugru, good thing you didn't answer. 40 strikes would have been the wrong answer, and you would have seen yourself out. Fingers on numbers. Super 6 was still in play. Here's your next question. According to the Weather Girls, at 1/2 what hour is it, hallelujah, going to start raining men? That was so weird, it was short-circuiting my brain because I wanted to fill the blank myself. Clive answered, though, with 10. The answer we're looking for is just about 10 is the right answer. me, Clive got ahead of you there. Doesn't mean we have to say goodbye to you. You're the first casualty, and we have to say goodbye. You're in the dark. 5 players left in play. Fingers on numbers. Here's your next question. Under normal conditions, how many members of a single ice hockey team are permitted on the rink at once ape? You say 6. The answer we're looking for is... It is indeed 6. You are correct. You keep yourself in play. Fingers on numbers. Here comes your next question. How many US presidents have been assassinated, ape? You say 4. Damn, that's fast. Correct answer is... It is 4. Very well played, ape. That does mean, Clive, you've been beaten on the buzzer. We have to say goodbye to you. And you're in the dark. 4 players left. 6, 17, 40, and 41 left in play. Remaining 4 players, fingers on numbers. Here's your question. How many faces does a cube have? Ape. You say 6. The answer we're looking for is... Indeed, it is 6. You keep yourself in play. Fingers on those numbers. Here comes your next question. How many questions are available in the final round of 15-1? Ape? Goodness me, you are fast on this buzzer. Ape went with number 50, though. His fat finger, he says. 50 is not a valid number in this range. So we know it's the wrong answer. And at least the thing works, he says. But the correct answer that we're looking for was 40. That was Zeuslus's number. So Zeuslus, you have been kept in play by Ape, who failed to answer correctly. And Ape, although you were answering superbly quickly there, you gave me a wrong answer. And you're in the dark. And then there were 3 left. 17, 40, and 41 left in play. So remaining 3. Fingers on those numbers. Here's your question. If all the jokers and all the face cards are removed from a standard pack of playing cards, how many cards will remain, Lugaroo? You say 41. Now, a standard deck would have 52 cards, or 54 if you include the jokers, so ignore the jokers, 52 cards. Face cards, of which there are, I believe, 3, and 4 suits, means it's going to be 12. I mean, whichever way you look at it, you got 4 suits, it's going to have to be an even number. So I don't think it could be 41. The answer that we're looking for, though... You were 1 off. It was 40 is what we were looking for. Zeuslus is being ever so lucky again. Lugaroo, you gave the wrong answer there. Trying to keep yourself in play. Unfortunately, it's done the opposite. And you're out of the game. And you're in the dark. So we are left now with Milk-Like Substance at podium 17 and Zeuslus, who's not really done much in this round, but they are still in the game on podium 40. We have seen it happen that the Luigi strat works. Let's find out. Fingers on numbers, remaining players. Here comes your question. If frustrated with the royal family leeching off the taxpayer, I take a standard pack of playing cards with no jokers and burn all the face cards, we've literally got the same question. How many cards are still usable? How have we got exactly the same question written differently? That's amazing. Milk, what did you answer? You answered 40. I think possibly going off of a process of elimination that 17 being a prime, there's not going to be many questions about it, but 40 being quite divisible, there's going to be a few questions about it. I didn't think we would see exactly the same question written differently come up right after each other, but there you go. That's just how it goes sometimes. The correct answer, if you could remember, I don't know, my memory's a bit flaky, but the correct answer indeed was 40. The question text barely fits, and probably there was a problem on the question box that might not even fit on that. Milk, you are correct. Zeusless, I think your luck has finally run out there. We have to say goodbye. But Milk, you are through to the Wonderwall after that wonderful punt. Congratulations. Right, let's round this all out. Let's go over to our final Wonderwall this evening. Wasn't 17 also any number we had us earlier? Potentially so, yes. Also maybe thinking that we've already seen all the 17 questions earlier. Maybe that's a thing. Anyway, I'll have to look into it and figure out what questions we have and what we don't. Milk, you managed to game the game and get through to the Wonderwall. You know the rules. 49 answers, 1 through 49. Give me a correct answer, goes up the money ladder. 20 correct answers gets you 1 million doots. You have 4 minutes, plus 2 15-second pit stops. Give me a wrong answer, it's a strike, 3 strikes, and you're out. You got 2 passes as well. Once you've got 2 strikes or 30 seconds remaining in your clock, you can bail. You can only bail with the money you got. Otherwise, you end up with naught, unless, of course, you get to the million and it auto bails for you. Simple as. You know how it all works. And if you're ready, let's play Wonderwall. Reveal the answers, please. And this is your Wonderwall, your ticket to 1 million Doots, Milk. Good luck to you. Study the board, study the wall. And if you are ready, then let's play. Which video game was famously released alongside a pirated version that plagues its players with piracy? No, Game Dev Tycoon is the answer. Following the adventures of a young android, which long-running manga franchise is known in Japan as Mighty Atom. I'm gonna pass it. Advancing from Go, what is the third property on a classic UK Monopoly board? Advancing from Go, yes, King's Cross is correct. Which Peanuts character is often depicted with a security blanket? Linus is correct. Netta won the Eurovision Song Contest in 2018 with which song? Gonna pass it, no more passes left. In which country is Jamaica in? In which country is Jamaica in? County. Jesus, I can't read. County. Got it wrong. Bailout is now active. Which part of the body is enclosed in the pericardium? Sorry, I can't read today. Which part of the body is enclosed in the pericardium? 2.5 minutes left. You do have a bail. You can't pass, though. Oh, no. We got a wrong answer. It was hearts we were looking for on that final question, and it is over. No winner there. The other 2 questions, Mighty Atom, also known as Astro Boy, and Netta won with the song called Toy. There were some really brutal questions there. Oh dear. Well, we didn't want to have a loser at the end there, but hey-ho, these things happen, and that is the end of the game for Milk. But very well played up to that point, and I hope you had fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close the game up. I'm going to change the view over to this one so you can maybe see me if I enable the camera by pressing this magical button. Hi. I'm here now. I'm over here. So, thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. I hope you had fun playing some winning lines. Friday, I don't know if I can do the million drop or not because I've been focusing on other things recently. The other thing being, maybe what some people have inferred with what we're talking about this evening is a new Twitch extension that will essentially allow developers to thank you for the 69 bits, Zeus. That's great, appreciated. Nice indeed. Basically, it'll allow developers to send questions out and receive answers privately via a Twitch extension, rather than having to rely on doing public chat and deleting the message, or going by whispers and having messages not be delivered, or going through a chatbot or anything like that. So it's essentially a culmination of the work I've done previously on the very old 1 versus 100 extension and the Million Dude Drop extension, but made more generic so that other people can use it for their own games. And hopefully we'll have new features in there eventually, so that you can have data sent directly to each player that is individual to that player. So like, it shows what your current points is, what your current score is, maybe the number of lives you have, that kind of thing. Shows, you can even make it show potentially individual questions to individual players, rather than the same question to everyone. And of course receiving answers in a private manner, rather than via chat or whispers. So private knowledge games as well, where like social deduction or anything like that is required, then that would become a massive thing that could happen with this. And also it just increases the availability of the game to other people, and reduces the barrier to entry, because it will also be made available as a mobile extension, which will, if you are on mobile, essentially just appears below the stream window. So you'll still see the stream view, and where the chat is will be replaced with where the extension is, and you'll just be able to answer directly there. So it's essentially what would be a whisper box there, without you having to navigate away from the stream. Delay will be not significantly less, but it certainly will be more managed, and wouldn't have to go through the IRC system on Twitch, essentially. So it will be quicker, but won't be completely quick though. So there's all sorts of things that could be done with the extension in future. What I was doing this evening was invited my moderators to just test it alongside everyone. So you didn't see anything different. It's just they were answering through the extension rather than through chat. The entire game just works exactly the same way, regardless of if you answer in chat or via the thing. I just made it, go via the same routes. So it's a demonstration that it does work. I just need to do more work on it to add extra functionality as necessary. There are some suggestions I've already seen in chat as well, in the admin chat, on things to do to it to improve it, which I may or may not be able to do. I don't know yet. I need to figure it out. And yeah, it can either appear as a panel, which I currently have it configured as, or you can have it as a video component. So it's sort of like a toggleable thing you can show and hide over the video itself, or you can show it as a video overlay, which appears completely over the video. So it's just a box with the question data in it, and then maybe that could be configurable on a per game basis, so we can have it arranged around the stream, so you can put it in a particular place on screen that makes it suitable. I don't know, but we'll figure that out at some point if that is a thing we want to do. So yeah, my time over the past couple of days has been focused on working on that and getting that to work correctly, instead of trying to get Million Dude Drop non-extension mode working. So it might be that Million Dude Drop doesn't happen Friday because I'm still backlogged on things. So if I do push that back again, I'm sorry. I know it'll be the third pushback. It sounds like the final chase all of a sudden. I don't want to keep pushing it back, but just lots of things have been getting in the way, and my time is limited. I do full-time job and I do streams in my free time, and that includes all of the development on all of the games you're seeing as well. So yeah, if you are new here, if you don't know that, yeah, I develop all the stuff you see pretty much on these streams. May not be my original idea, but it's all of my coding to make it work for Twitch or anything else. So yeah, I don't want to push it back, but I may have to do so. It's irritating, but I want to bring Million Dude back, but I want to make it right rather than in the mess that it currently is. So yeah, all the stuff and things. And as Scorecat says, also fill in the feedback form, because if you are not on the Discord, go and join the Discord. But do go there, and in the most recent announcement post, I posted a link to a Google form that is a questionnaire for sort of like the year end of Quiz Night year 2 and a bit. We're sort of like already a quarter into the next year or something. Do give your opinions on things in that. They can be completely anonymous. You do not have to give your name away or anything like that. All of your opinions can be anonymous. If you want to be a bit more critical, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind critical criticism so long as it's completely fair. So do give me a piece of your mind. It's completely fine. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, and we'll shape to see what we want to see happen in the third year of Quiz Night. And it's not just this stream, it's also the Discord, it's also the question writing, because I do want to make the questions that we've already seen on stream be made more readily available to other people, even as just as a search tool, so that we don't get cross-talk on the same question coming up. Obviously tonight is a prime example of that happening. It can't be helped sometimes with the number of questions we write, but sometimes it does. But maybe other things like being able to make it available as a pack for others to download, and whether or not that should be chargeable, or whether... There's lots of things to talk about there with the licensing of the questions that you very graciously donated to me for my streams. And I've not paid you in any way, form for that. So maybe there's recompense. I don't know. Stuff to talk about on that front. But give your ideas and thoughts on the questionnaire for that. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I need to talk about this evening. The thing will be more of a thing later on in the future. Questionnaire to fill out. You've got the rest of this week to think about that if you don't want to fill it in today. Oh, Quizzy Dan is his bingo. He's asking for some questions. If you want to write a set of 5 questions, or maybe 6, and he picks 5 from the 6, he's asking for some questions for, I don't know if it's the next bingo or the bingo afterwards or something like that, but he is asking for questions. If you're very interested in doing that, there is a link. Let me get the tweet from that, or if Dan, if you've got the tweet or a link directly to it. If you've got a link directly to the Google form or whatever, Dan, then I'll give you permission to post the link. There you go. So if you've got the link, then do share it. And if you're interested in writing, 5 reasonable questions, they can follow a theme. They don't have to follow a theme or anything like that. Then send them his way, and I'm sure Quizzy Dan will be most grateful for that. There we go. So go to that Google form and submit some question ideas. No problem, Quizzy Dan. You do some great stuff on your Quizzy Dan bingo and all the other streams that I don't get time to watch, and of course all the professional work as well that we're going to be looking forward to over these years, of the ones we've already seen. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. Watch along of the bank balance, or you're balancing your bank stuff. I almost said bank job, but that was what we were playing last night in Discord. Oh yeah, Discord, we would do that stuff as well. So yeah, bank balance, watch along happening. Tomorrow, Quizzy Dan is doing stuff. Maybe, well, it won't be bingo, but he might be on stream. I don't know. Friday, I am back. It might be Million Dude Drop. I don't know. If it's something else, then be prepared for something else to happen. Saturday, Ben is back doing his thing with some more face-off and other things that elude my brain right now. Sunday, Pinnacle Ladder with Tipster. Monday is a special episode on Matt the Ref's channel. I think he's possibly starting earlier at 7 p.m. as well. So do bear that in mind, but it is a special. If you know of any women in the quizzing world, do give them an invite, because it's a nice to celebrate all of that. So yeah, women in quiz, do give them a prod on that. Try and get the word out there. Matt's special at 7 p.m. on Monday, I believe, with 2 games, I believe, of In It to Win It. Women's History Month, indeed. That's the words I was looking for. I just could not find the words in my head because I've got other things floating in my head. And then we recycle with Tuesday, Ben doing things. International Women's Day as well on that particular. There you go. Other things as well. There's all the women's stuff happening around this time. I think B Square Quiz is about to start getting Jackbox, everyone is interested. All right, we'll do that then. We will do that then. Raid B Square Quiz with. We are going to do a raid message of. Oligible. There you go. You can have Oligible as the raid message. Because I can't pronounce it. There you go. You got Oligible as a raid message for you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. I will see you later. I'll see you on Friday. Maybe with Duke Drop. Maybe with something else. I don't know quite yet, but we will find out. But until then, if you take out the face cards in the deck, you get yourself 40. Yes. And I'll see you later. Bye.